YouTubers, what's going on? Coming back at you with another knife review. Today we're looking at the Guardian Tactical Helix Nano. So this is a new knife that I've only seen a few people have. Epic Snuggle Bunny Austin, fellow YouTuber, fellow Utah USNer. He got one of those pretty early from Guardian Tactical. Did a review on him. Great review on that. And I actually got this from Aiden's daddy, Patrick. He's also a fellow USNer Instagrammer. So he got this right when they first came out and just recently sold this one to me so I could take a look at it and do a review on it. So it comes in this nice box, Guardian Tactical USA, made in the USA. So if you're not familiar with this company, it pretty much comes with a nice foam insert, so it's pretty good, pretty decent box. This company this knife does have a limited lifetime warranty on it also. So they are kind of a break-off of the Microtech employees. One of the designers, actually, for Microtech, Andrew Bjerk, I think is how you say his last name, B-U-E-R-K. You can see a lot of design elements in these knives that are very similar to Microtech's, but they are, a little different, and they are exceptionally well-made knives. I've had a chance to look. I've never actually owned one before. Sorry, this actually, excuse me, yes, I did. Had the Guardian Tactical Elixis, which is a small version, really small knife, under a 3-inch blade and aluminum handles. So this is I've always liked the Helix, but it was a little large. It's about 3 3/4 inch blade, and it's just a little bit larger knife than I like to carry. I like to keep them under 3.5 for the most part. So this one is something that kind of a lot of people wanted, a smaller version. It's got a 3 1/4 inch blade, and we'll go over the specs here in a second. Let's go ahead and flip this baby open, though. See, there's a flipper on bearings, 16 ball bearing system, 3.25 inch blade on this. This has got a stonewash finish on it. It also comes like a two-tone black stonewash, also a bee-blasted finish. You have a 2.9 cutting inch because this choil here. Your blade thickness is 0.156, and I do have my calipers that I'm going to start using on videos. I had a few people ask me about these, and just to kind of measure that. Oh, this is in millimeters, that's why. 4.1 millimeters. So I'd have to change the, let's go to inches, there we go. Inches, yeah, look at that, 0.1545, so it's a little under that. Oh, and you can't see that, sorry. Really close, almost spot on. So pretty, not terribly thick of a blade, but also kind of beefy, so kind of an in-betweener, I would call it. Your overall length is 7.6 inches with a 4.4 inch closed handle length, which is really good. I like that size. Right, kind of the sweet spot is 4.5, so it's right there. Carbon fiber handles, all carbon fiber. There's no liners on this knife, so it's really lightweight. It's just all carbon fiber minus this titanium backspacer here, and then your locking mechanism is a sub liner lock. Now, the full size Helix has a sub frame lock similar to a ZT 777. A few other knives out there that have that system. A couple of Microtechs. So this is a sub liner lock. You can see the liner in there. It does have a steel lock bar insert, which is nice. So pretty much just really just solid carbon fiber handles. I really like that. It's super lightweight. It feels really good in the hand. Like I said, 3.79 ounces. So it's definitely light. It's under the 4 ounce mark there, which is great. And the grind here is interesting. You can see it's kind of got a complex grind here. And this is actually a flat grind, and it's thinner behind the edge here than it is back here. Let's see if we can demonstrate that. The thing about these calipers is it's pretty tricky to use on camera. So your thickness behind the edge here, if I can get it to push forward that far. Well, I wasn't using the right thing, that's why. Sorry, this is new to me. So your thickness behind the edge here, or your thickness of the edge here is 0.43, but back here it's 0.96, so it's quite a, my hand's in the way, I'm sorry guys, 0.975 right there, but so it's quite a bit thinner at the front of the grind there, and it's all flat ground right there. So kind of interesting design, something different. So it gives you, for those fine tats, you have a thinner slicing part up here, then a thicker edge back here for harder use stuff. So that's kind of interesting. Seems pretty useful. You do have these nice holes here that just are mostly for aesthetics, but you actually can use them as an opening mechanism. You can stick your middle finger there in the middle hole, give it a flick, and you have a Spidey flick. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And these thumb studs actually are useful because it uses a stop pin. These are not used as a blade stop. They are actual thumb studs, and they do function. So you have three ways to open this knife. So a lot of people like that. Some people don't like flippers or want to be able to use thumb studs and flipper, yada yada. So look at the what do you call that? Pocket clip. Word was not coming to my mind. Number 37. So this is a really early model. You have a skull crusher / lanyard hole here. It's not sharp at all. Don't know that it could break windows or glass, but definitely could be used for a lanyard. And you have some jimping right here on the back for your hand, jimping right here on the blade, which is pretty much perfect jimping. And here's a shot in the hand. Now you can see I have medium-sized hands, and it fits pretty much my entire hand. Don't have much left over, just a titch, and I kind of like that. I don't mind having a little left over, but I like having that. So the size is great on this knife, guys. It's got CPM 154 steel. Oh, come on, focus. You see, this was made November of this year, or last year, excuse me, and CPM 154 steel. Size comparison, let's do that. I've got a CAD Dauntless. Put side to side. Let me zoom out for this, get some more in frame here. Very similar size to the Dauntless, the C Custom Knife Factory Morph. Also a very lightweight carbon fiber handled knife, and the ZT 562 carbon fiber. So it's going to be smaller than these two, about the same size as the Dauntless. So it's a good mid-size EDC. I really like this size of knife. I actually like the 3.5 inch blade. That's kind of my favorite. But 3.25 is definitely doable. 3 is a little small for me. And then, you know, anything over 3.5 I kind of find to be a little large. So, alright, so that's the initial specs on the knife. My overall impressions, well, actually one thing I want to point out real quick is it does use Torx hardware. It's not like a Microtech where they use, you know, their proprietary hardware on it. It's all Torx, which is nice. Even the pivot. So it's cool. It's got a little decorative pivot, then you got a small Torx bit in there, which is interesting. The carbon fiber handles are contoured, and the carbon fiber feels fantastic. You do have some cutouts here in the carbon fiber to add a little traction, which is nice. So it's not super slick. It's actually, when you get this knife locked into your hand, it's actually really nice. It's not going anywhere. Jimping, you got that choil there. I don't know that I would use that choil, so I'm not sure. I would have liked a little more blade length actually out of it. That would have been nice. Cutting edge, excuse me. Not blade length, but cutting edge. But overall, this knife is very handsome, looks awesome. Love the design of the knife. Flipping action is fantastic. It has a nice detent. One thing too is the flipper is very small and kind of subdued, but it does have some good jimping here that really catches your finger. And you can light switch this baby all day. You can push button it. So it's an exceptional flipper. I've had some knives where they have little small flipper tabs, and they don't work too well. I've also had some knives that have huge flipper tabs like Ferrum Forges that are just a little over the top. This one sticks out pretty far on the Custom Knife Factory, and I think it flips awesome, but it's compared to the ZT. You can see it's very subdued compared to these knives, yet it flips just as good. So, and a lot of that is how the detent is tuned and how it's on bearings. It's very smooth. So CPM 154 steel, so it's a good steel. It's a middle of the road these days. It used to be kind of a higher end steel. Now it's kind of a middle range steel. It's a good steel. I've had good success with it. Never had any issues. Keeps a good edge, and it's not terribly difficult to sharpen, which is always a plus. So yeah, I mean, overall, I really like this one. It's really cool. Good design, good size, lightweight. You know, good flipping action. I like the idea of this thinner grind up here, and then a thicker grind behind here. That's kind of different. I don't know how practical it is, but you know, more useful tell. I've had this knife for 5 or 6 days. I've been carrying it pretty much as exclusively as my EDC, and it's done great. I wouldn't put this in a hard use category. Having no liners, having a liner lock or a subliner lock. It's a definite everyday carry knife, EDC knife. If you're like me and most of your EDC tasks are cutting boxes, opening packages, opening mail, cutting threads, stuff like that. Basic, real light use stuff. That's kind of my what my knives are used for mostly, and not all the time. I do have some hard use ones that I take out, in the outdoors and stuff. But these, everyday carry office guy that I am, this is perfect. It'll go well with, it's easy to carry in any kind of pants because it's lightweight, even if it slacks. The pocket clip is not deep carry, obviously. It has quite a bit hanging out. You're going to see about that much of the knife right here. So, and it has that weird bent up clip that Microtech kind of ruined on the DOC. It does not create a hot spot though. It does not get me in the hand at all. So they must have tuned that down a notch over at Guardian Tactical, and they've made it quite a bit better. So, oh, there's the furnace kicking on. So guys, this is an exceptional knife. Price on this one is $339. Right now they're only available directly from Guardian Tactical. I know that Blade HQ is a distributor for them, and so is Knife Center. So you could look for those soon on those sites, and I'm not sure if the price will be around there or maybe less or more. They did also make this in a G10, so if you don't want to have the premium carbon fiber feel, which guys, this is exceptionally nice carbon fiber as an FYI. If you want a G10, they have like a Desert Tan. I think it had an OD Green and a black G10, and they are $260. So definitely priced accordingly for a U.S. made knife, made in small numbers. Not quite a mid-tech knife, still a production knife, but not a highly produced production knife, if that makes sense. So I don't think the pricing's off at all. It uses premium materials. The action's fantastic. The fit and finish is great. It's a great looking knife, and it's made right here in the U.S. So there you go, guys. That is my overview of the Guardian Tactical Helix Nano. Any questions or comments, you can leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next one.